Can you change what? Are we live?
Good morning, everybody. We're live. We are going to be doing as we promised last week. Let us know in the comments if you can hear us. Nikki's got the tablet so she can see. But as we promised last week, we are going to do an office tour, a quick one for the first 5 minutes of this. And so if you guys have any questions, then you can stop us during the tour and then we can talk about it afterwards. Again, still really new to live, so I see that I can flip the camera back around. So I'm going to pan over to Nikki and let her give you an office tour. You're on.
Okay, I say you're still on here, so it's delayed. So, I flipped it around. Welcome to Casual Friday, where I wear leggings. I totally forgot we were doing live today, and I have a rule: I don't wear leggings in public. So y'all seen it first. That's all I can say. So this is our office. We're going to kind of walk around and show you everything as we go to just kind of give you an idea. It is kind of messy still because I forgot we were doing this and didn't clean this morning.
We're still transitioning too, which maybe you guys can help us with certain things that we're still thinking about. But we're still in transition of moving our inventory system over to our new system and just trying to figure out where we're going to place things in this new space.
Good morning, everybody. I like your comments. So I will try my best to read these comments as we walk around. I might have to get caught back up as we have a seat again. However, I'll do my best. If you watch me trip over things because I'm trying to read at the same time, no laughter. So first is our little snack area. So we like food. And when I say it's probably me, but it's fine. So we have some cute little snacks, and then we have a little mini fridge down here that we keep water and stuff in. I bought the office a Keurig because everybody needs coffee in the morning. And we just kind of have little snack things. We keep all of our cleaning stuff at the bottom.
Kayla curated our water dispenser, so we now have little improvements that just make such a big difference here in the office. Keep growing.
Then we have our desks here. This is Cayley's, mine, and Kayla's. As you can see, we're working on listings and stuff this morning, or I was starting on it, so I've got stuff piled up to work on for the day.
I'm not going to let them see the writing, but I'll back up here to show our calendars and stuff.
Yeah, so we keep our calendars on the wall. There's things like what batch we're working on, what batch is next. There's also things like if we had a really slow week, if you have vacation, I'll be gone that week, so you'll all miss me the first week in August.
We also have last year, and this year.
Yep, that's why there's 2 calendars. We keep them so we can kind of compare sales this year versus last year. So we can kind of say this week's a slow week. We can look back on the calendar and say, oh, wait, that was a slow week too. We keep a whiteboard over here for different kind of upkeep for us. So we've been teaching Michaela about anthropology, teaching her the RN number so she can find it. We also put what batch we're currently working on, what batch is next, which batch we're working on, how many items we have drafted, which I'll show you.
Can you guys tell the theme of our batch names right now?
Dude, Yellowstone is my favorite, and I'm not gonna overindulge because I get a little wild when I start talking about it. But there are some cute guys in that video. That's all I'm gonna say. If my husband watches this, I'm really sorry. We also keep little notes for ourselves, so items that we need to check back on, so on and so forth. Then if we keep going, we have our shipping station. Kayla had to step out for a second, and this is kind of our shipping area. She is mid-shipping right now. So you'll kind of see how it works.
Let me just ask you guys real quick. We feel like this could be more efficient, but we don't know how. So if you guys have any suggestions, I know someone asked in the last
these boxes. So these aren't made to be here. These are things that Kayla was working on yesterday. So this isn't normally here.
It's just that shelf.
But just the shelf mainly, and then we have this little rolly shelf.
Yeah.
I almost wish we could find something else. I thought about maybe getting a hang rack for the side of this to put, or I don't know, what do they call those?
Spoolie things?
No, you know those
where you pull down the stickers?
No.
Oh.
I was thinking like the file folder things for your walls that you could put like the poly mailers in.
Oh,
You know,
that's a
something
good
like
idea.
that, so that you could get to it
Lemon.
easier. Because this is kind of like you're pulling stuff out of the side and it doesn't always fit. So I thought about something like that, but
Right now, someone said to have a few supplies where you work, not a few steps away. Kayla's the one that does shipping, so she takes her laptop, she plugs it into the printer, and then she either stands or wheels over here to this table, and this is where she does everything. So she'll have her laptop here, she'll be printing, so she is standing here, and
it's kind of all
yeah, having a few supplies doesn't work for us because we're shipping out 20 or 21 today. So having just a few doesn't really work for us. But we do stay in this space.
Somebody said they have shelves on the wall.
That's a good idea.
The same setup as well. Yeah, we can ultimately even do like a file folder on the wall over here even. Just to kind of get it up and away. But
yep.
So because we have so much kind of small area space, we double this table as shipping and for drafting, like, or photographing. So you'll see, I'm not going to move her stuff because I'll get her out of order and then she might want to kill me later. Because she's got it all organized perfect. But we have, like, our measuring tool that we use for photos. So Kayla's never really doing photos and shipping at the same time with her being our only office assistant. Mm-hmm. So it made sense for us to kind of do a dual purpose table rather than taking up the room for two tables. So now we move into our shipping session, or not shipping, photo area. Oh, hold on a second. What about a cube organizer system instead?
Cube, yeah.
Yeah.
Would be a good idea.
Maybe for like the poly mailers, or not, like poly mailers and stuff, you could put them in like a bin and just put the bins on the desk when you need them and put them back when you don't. We're
really open to anything. I just want to keep us on track because I don't want us to not have time for questions later. We're 7 minutes in.
Okay, I'll keep going. So photo session or photo area. Originally it was supposed to be in the front, but I didn't realize that when we moved in.
So it worked out better.
Went with it because I thought it would take up more space. So I like it. We just use command strips to put our hangers on.
You want to tell them about the top command strip? What's that for?
Yeah, so you put the top one up because sometimes we have some like maxi length dresses. And so like if you're putting them right here, sometimes they're still like laying on the floor. Or if we have like really long scarves or blankets or things like that, we can use that to hang them as well. And that way you're not worrying about them hitting on the floor and having to cut like the rug out. We do have a super cool like Aztec-ish looking rug down here that we use as like a background sometimes for our white photos in case there's things that kind of get whitewashed out with the wall. Mm-hmm. We have this special little area over here.
Someone said messy is good. It's reality. This is reality down here. Right? We've got everything thrown down here.
Thrift, lift, life. I'll come back to your question in a second once we get out of here. This is what we do for shoes, purses, bras, wallets, like any small stuff that we need to do. We just turn these handy dandy lights on.
When someone said in a live the other day that they were thinking about getting the dual ring light, this is what we were talking about. Was this right here? Yeah. Ta-da! That's what they were talking about.
They are super flimsy.
Oh gosh.
It's
gonna like pop off.
No, my husband zip tied it, so it's safe. But then we have like our little hanger area. We did get one of these like hanging bar or hanging racks so that we can hang and steam the clothes before we take photos of them so that they look top notch. Lord help us, here's the mess. So we have purse boxes. No, we're not storing peanut butter here. Purse boxes. We have those kind of labeled out for purses, wallets, whatever. You'll also see some additional hats and things on there. This is still like a major work in progress.
Yeah.
This
is our bulk.
Massive totes are our bulk stuff. Ooh. Mostly like sweaters and things that can't be hung up because it could mess up the arms. This is what, everybody wants to know.
Also bulk over here.
Oh yes, that's the hanging bulk. Those are really nice racks. If you need those came from Amazon and they're like super sturdy.
We labeled them so that we know 3.
We also have a big box of stuff that has no home because we suck sometimes. So this, everybody says they love watching Cayley's channel because she's realistic. Now you realize how big of spazzes we really are. This is what I would call our death pile. It's listed,
Just
but I
a
still
quick-
call it a death pile. It's like all the random crap that Cayley and I shouldn't have picked up that we did anyways. So like golf clubs and pillows and Halloween squishmallows, like whatever. So each one of these, we have these cute little row things for. They tell us what numbers are in it. All of these bins are numbered. We're gonna come through. Come on, wifey.
Oh, I keep kicking this. I'm so sorry, guys.
We also have this like super cool shoe rack. We put these like hanger things on the end and just like pierce the bags for bras. And it was pretty convenient. I'm not going to say how we got this. I'm just going to say a local grocer really helped us out. Hashtag thank you, Sean. These are all the shoe racks that we have. We do have them labeled here with what numbers are on each one.
That needs
We need
help.
to redo these.
Yeah.
We need to redo these. These just kind of got brought in and dropped. You can see the shoes are falling on the ground. Like at this point, we need to put some sort of like rubber grip or something on these. So if you have advice on that, let us know. We have, watch your feet. We have these cool belt racks here. We just took one of the door hangers and some regular hangers and put them on, what are
Like
those things called? Shower curtain
yeah.
rings. Super convenient. We have them based on where they are, and we have them hanging all the way down. Again, more things we probably shouldn't have bought that we just bought for funsies.
Hard goods. This is how little hard goods we sell.
Yep. These are all the extra shipping supplies. So when you talked about having just a few, that is our few. These are all the like extra things that we have. I like to have the policy of like one on hand and then one extra just to make sure we always have stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
then if you keep coming, come on, Wifey. This we use as like our batches that are next up to be listed so we can keep them organized. You can see Kayla put some great little notes on here so we know what was what, and that way we can make sure that they're listed. This is our current needs listed / drafting area. All the things that we need to get drafted, photoed, and ready to list, which Kayla will start working on today.
This is the most we've had in a while.
We have 151 items sitting on this table right now and underneath.
Below, yeah.
151. So we've had some great day at the bins. All of these totes are bin stuff. And then we've got a couple over here too that also are ready to go. This kind of area is a hodgepodge right now. We're eventually transitioning all of our stuff to numbers. You'll see some still have letters, and then we intend on putting our bulk stuff up here as well in the like larger totes. So still a work in progress. And then our favorite spot is the YouTube spot. We have this handy dandy table where we all hang out together and
just
have a good time.
give a full scope really quick of all the rows of the shelves down here.
While Cayley does that, I'm going to look over comments that I missed.
And as she mentioned, it was becoming a lot. So they started making rows now. We don't put the row in the SKU, but we just know the number to number. And that really helps. That way we're not going back and forth between aisles and trying to figure everything out. That way we know which aisle that it's in. And it's been really helpful. If you guys have any questions about that process, or if you have a suggestion, please let us know, because like I said, work in progress, big work in progress. Woo! This is so hard to do on a live.
Sorry. So now if you guys, we gotta adjust the camera, but while she works on that, if you guys have questions regarding anything else or about the office, now that we're officially like seated and I can actually tell what the heck's going on, that's very lopsided. Oh, your arm looks so great, Cayley. Oh gosh. If you guys have questions, feel free to drop them in. I am gonna go ahead and go back to the question that
is lopsided. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. Thrift Lift Life had. If you could sell only one category, what would it be? Can I guess what yours would be?
Yeah, go ahead.
Shoes.
Actually.
Oh, wow. She called me out.
I do really like shoes. When you initially asked the question, my first thought was men's, but I realized that
That's
there's
not a category.
yeah, I realized that there's more categories in men's. So if I had to pick, I would say men's jeans, and then beyond that would be shoes. Great sell-through rate on both of those, and for me, a very cut and dry category, so it's just easier to list.
I would pick. I don't know. I think I would pick jeans. They're easy to store. They're all about the same size.
Padded flat rates.
You can do all padded flat rates. You can run down the aisle and check for like stitching, which makes cherry picking like virtually the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And I feel like most people just go for like the staple brands. They miss a lot of like
That's true.
some good ones. So
Yeah.
I think I would just say jeans. And they're all season. So you're not like committing to buying like dresses and then going into winter. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
Mine would be dresses. A lot of people have suggested cube organizers and doing like plastic totes. That might not be a bad idea either. We'd have to think about the big boxes, but that would be good for like the poly mailers and stuff. I like that.
We'll have to look into
Good morning from Maryland with a crab sign.
Good
Oh my
morning.
gosh. Thanks for the tour. You're on your way with more organization and room. Yeah, so we have lots of room. We are intending on adding a solid row, like fourth row all the way down. Right now, all of our rows have 3 racks in them. We're going to do 4. And then that'll condense everything, kind of shortening it. It'll make it wider, but less long.
I know it doesn't seem like it, but
We're pretty tight.
we probably have 1/3 of the space left. If it was completely organized, we get our inventory system. That's been a journey, not a hard journey, just a lot of items. We're at over 4,900 now, I think.
Yeah, Kayla's been
Yeah.
staying late, and whenever she has free time, she's been converting totes for us from the weird numbers, like wacko numbers we have,
Yeah.
to all numbers. And we are almost done, which gives me a lot of relief. I'll probably come in the next couple weeks late and just go ahead and top that off. But we're really close to transitioning the bulk into those bigger totes and getting them put up on shelving too. So that'll clear a lot of that front, kind of those massive boxes on the floor we were showing you about, and give us some more space to kind of move those racks and things around too. So
Having it all in one room has been really great. I would say the benefits of it far outweigh what we used to have at the old office, because I would say we had a similar amount of space. There were just so many walls. It was broken up. We were going through hallways. So it's been really nice to have it
all in one
all
lot.
in one place and be able to get to places faster.
Yeah, I definitely like that.
Hey guys, there's 51 watching and only 13 likes. Take literally 1 to 2 seconds and click that like button for us. It really helps the channel and helps boost it so that other people can see this Q&A and get some help.
I would like it, but I left my phone on my desk, so no
Aw.
likes from me.
Thanks, guys.
Don't know if you guys watch Netflix. Home Edit, ladies. Watch the show. You can get great organization ideas. Okay.
Home
Home Edit.
Okay.
Where's your notebook? We're supposed to be writing this stuff down.
I was holding a camera.
Use bookshelves along the walls to help me keep things organized. That's a good idea too. And then Doyle Warehouse wanted to know if we could place the shoes into the new system. We could. I mean, ideally, we could still give them a number of their own, but I still think we would need to know what rack it's on. I wouldn't want to put them in totes because you'd worry about like leather scratching different things or
Yeah.
getting scratched.
It's a good idea.
I like the shoe racks because I like that I can go there and have a specific one, and we always just make sure we like mix up boots and things. So like if we have 2 similar pairs, we just make sure they're never on the same rack.
I would also worry because our shelves are so high. I mean, at times we're reaching above our head. So if we had shoes and stuff in there, then
This is a rack. Wait, let me see. Let me see. Look how tall they are.
I would worry about it being too heavy, having shoes in it, and somebody getting hurt.
Yeah. Yep.
Now they can't see you.
Oh, it's fine. No, they can. It's good. They don't need to be on my face. Wanted to ask what you would do. This week I accidentally listed $115 item for $23. It sold immediately on eBay, of course. Would you have canceled? I didn't want negative feedback.
If it were me, I would just send it and take the loss, because you want to provide good customer service. You don't want negative feedback, and ultimately, if it's ever my fault, then I just go ahead with the order. That's a personal choice. You might choose to cancel it, but is it really worth dealing with all of that when you could spend your time getting a couple more items listed? For me, it's just I take the loss and I move on.
Depending on how much you spent on this item too, I mean, I guess if you spent more than that, you could maybe reach out to the customer and be like, hey, obviously this was an accident, and see if they'd be willing to maybe negotiate on a better price. They probably don't want to pay that $115, but you might be able to negotiate for like 50 to 60 and do maybe like a half amount of what you would have sold it for, and they might just still be glad. More than likely they're going to resell it themselves, I would assume.
They said they did. They said they were so mad, but they sent it. Yeah. You do get mad at yourself, but
yeah. I mean, it happens. So, and they were honestly, like I said, maybe follow that person. Maybe you'll see them list it and you can get it picked back up again. Maybe they bought it because they thought it looked cool and didn't really realize what it was, and they'll resell it. Maybe you can still make profit on it by buying it back. Who knows? That's a great idea for a video. How to pick good jeans in the thrift. You guys reach me so much more than just brands. Aww. Yeah, I can do that. I'll take that for the team. I will do a video of shopping for jeans and what we look for. I can handle that. Just remind me, because we didn't write notes today. So
yeah, sorry.
Put that back in the legit comments after the chat goes
away. We were focused on the tour.
I came in this morning and Cayley's like, we're doing live today. And I was like, I dressed like poop. I'm so sorry. It's fine. So that's the only questions that we have so far. So if you have a couple more, we do have a few more minutes before we end El Chato. So, but otherwise, I'm glad we could show you guys the office today and kind of what it looked like. We'll have to do another one once we like actually get stuff organized the way that we want to and kind of get things changed so that we can kind of see like a before and after. But fun fact, we moved the entire office from the old office to this office in like 4 hours. Like, it went very quick. I enlisted my husband and some friends and my kids. I made my kids carry stuff in, and like they thrived. They thought it was the best day ever because they got to come to work with mom. But they were
helpful.
Yeah.
They carried a lot.
They did. They went to bed at like 6, I think, that night. They were like dead. But we got a lot of things in and moved very quickly. And that's kind of why we just threw everything in, threw the shelves on, and threw stuff up on them. Now we're converting to numbers and we're realizing, okay, we need to make some changes. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of changes coming on the next couple weeks. Like I said, the hanging racks, we used to have closets in the old house. We ended up buying those racks to kind of combat that. We do plan on adding another row, which will be nice to kind of, again, condense things down a little bit more. And then we'll have bulk in actual totes and up off the floor onto racks. So that will save us some space too.
It's a little crazy how quickly things have grown, because when we first came in here, which I have some footage from when we were moving too that I plan on sharing with you guys, but it started very empty looking and we're already like, not that we're at capacity, because I said we still have about a third that we can fill up, but it's just crazy how quickly it has grown in just a couple months, because we just moved here in the beginning of February. Yeah, so February. It's not been that long. It's like it's filling up quick. So if you guys have any questions, by the way, other than the office, feel free to put them in the chat. This Q&A is for any questions. We just wanted to show you guys the new office. You guys have been asking for it.
And to see the death pile. Everybody wanted to see the death pile. You guys got to see that. Although you can't really call it a legitimate death pile, because that's only been there for like half a week. So
yeah, it'll all be up within the next week.
Kayla's looking at me like, okay, all right, maybe there's a couple items, maybe a tote from like last week, but a lot of it's new stuff. She's looking at me like, why would you say that?
This thread up bag has been here since
I
started 2 years ago.
No, that's not 2 years ago. Nope. There is a thread up bag. It has probably been there since like October. But, a big but, due diligence, ThreadUp stopped accepting packages for a while, and we just kind of held on to it and listed what we could. I haven't checked lately if they're taking boxes again.
So they opened it back up like a month ago. I got one very large box out, and then I went back to print like the next day and it was closed again. So that has just been kind of sitting there. But I need to go back on and see if they will allow me to print another label. But it's like I have to catch them. But in order to catch them, I have to think about it. So we're so focused on processing so many items every week that it kind of gets put on the back burner, but it does need to get put out.
CC Lovelace Gray said, not sure if you saw my comment from the beginning. It is probably a deep question for this morning, but even if you have another video on it, I'm neck deep in doing numbers today.
I did see your comment, but I forgot because it was at the very beginning before the tour. I don't want to promise that I'll commit to doing a full detailed like bookkeeping video, but what I can tell you, see, the thing is like the way that I do bookkeeping might not be beneficial for you because I love typing things into Excel spreadsheets, creating my own sheets. Like I have an entire Excel workbook with like 10 pages on it that all connect to each other. So if you're not into that, then you might want to look into a software that would help you. But it's honestly, I know you mentioned like it's been taking you a long time, it's frustrating. For me, it's really easy. I do it about once a month. If you're struggling with it, you might want to do it every other week or every week, but I essentially just take all my receipts, I type them into a spreadsheet, and then I go on to whatever platform my sales have happened on, like eBay and Poshmark. You can pull your sales reports and they create a spreadsheet for you. So it's a very easy copy and paste into my spreadsheet or typing in an overall number because they break down the fees for you. So there's really no reason it should be taking that long. But I can do a video on how to pull the reports and stuff if you're not familiar with that and kind of what numbers I look at. But I definitely do not want to commit to do a full bookkeeping video because it's different for every state and I am not an expert. So
Crystal wants to know if well, she didn't say she wanted to know, but she said she'd love if we hosted a channel and subscriber meetup. I'd come from North Dakota and thrift the whole way. This is like where I thrive.
Would be cool.
I am such a social butterfly that like I would love if we could do a meetup. So I will try from my back end side to convince Cayley that we need to rent
It's a lot of
place.
Work.
No, it's
you
not
gotta
a lot
get
of work.
insurance for it. You have to. I've seen other resellers do it, is why I'm saying this. But I think before we do that we would probably dip our toes into going to eBay Open or Poshmark or Poshfest is what it's called.
Yes.
I've been trying and wanting to go for years, but ever since the pandemic hit and they were doing it virtually, I didn't really see the point because if we go, I don't think that we're going to take away much information. I feel like we're going to go more for socializing and networking. So for me, it has to be in person because I don't feel like it's going to be worth it to just
sit online.
Yeah, sit online for information because I don't think we're going to learn much. Not saying we wouldn't learn anything. I'm just saying that I think that it is either for beginners or it's for people that want to network. And we've been wanting to go, but we're waiting for a guaranteed in person. We'll see if that happens this year, but I think that would probably be where we would dip our toes into it.
Yes. So we will keep you posted.
Yeah.
I will keep you posted.
I don't
like
think I'm ready for a whole meetup. Nikki would have to do all of that. I will
thrive. If any of you guys are event planners, chat. And then I will find you, and we will call each other, and we will make this happen. I would commit to it, but I do agree. eBay Open or like Posh Fest would be a good opportunity for us to meet some of you guys. We would definitely go if it is in person. So keep us posted because we'll keep watching, and if it's in person, then we will commit to going, and we will meet you, but you have to come there.
Someone said they would also love a video on the reports and numbers from eBay for bookkeeping. I could do a video on that. I feel like there's I've been wanting to do a lot more eBay dedicated videos. about just the dashboard. I feel like people are very overwhelmed by the seller dashboard because there's a lot of reports you can pull. There's a lot of information you can dig into, but I just don't think that people know how to get it. So I've thought about doing a multi-part series just going over the seller dashboard where you can pull reports, where you can find your shipping supplies coupon, where you can see your returns, like what all that looks like. So that's in the works. I've just not been able to commit to a filming schedule lately, but I'm working on it. It's in the works.
We've got some clothes now, so it gets a little easier. Although we do have some new things coming too, so no, we might be a little wishy-washy the next couple weeks as we make some transitions. Malaire wants to know if we have a video in payouts from ThreadUp.
We do not. We just dabbled in ThreadUp within the last like 6 months. Same thing with the Real. It was something that I see other resellers having success with, and I was like, man, that would be great if we could just send stuff in that we're already coming across that we could get money back for. I haven't mastered ThreadUp or the Real yet. I am not very experienced in it, and so because I want to be giving you valuable information, it's hard for me to make a video about something that I'm not super confident in. I don't already have a video about it. We have sold some things that would be worth noting for quite a bit on the Real and ThreadUp, but to be honest with you, as we talked about in multiple videos, we're trying to narrow our focus, and so we've kind of stepped away from ThreadUp and the Real for now, so that we can focus on our processes and listing on eBay and Poshmark.
Summer tends to be the time that we start kind of dabbling in more things like that and experimenting, just because summer, obviously we talked about summer slowdown before. That's our chance when things get a little bit more normal. We go through and we do inventory. We go through and we write the things in the office that we haven't had a chance to do in a while. We kind of catch up on all the stuff that's been semi-neglected because we haven't had the time. Which, with having Cayley here, it's been huge because the day-to-day stuff that we would kind of get behind on, we were doing all in one day. So with having somebody in the office every day, that's definitely made things a little bit easier for us. So when we do have downtime, we do have time to clean or organize or make changes. But maybe this summer again, we'll have some time to experiment a little bit more with ThreadUp or Real and kind of give you guys some feedback on that. But kind of with Cayley, it's hard to do a video on something that we don't feel like we know enough to tell you enough about. So
yeah,
hopefully soon. I don't see any other questions for today, and it is 9:30, so I'm going to.
Right. We've got 140 items to list, so
yeah, we're gonna cut you guys off for today.
Yeah,
we're glad we could show you guys the office, and we will see you guys on Friday.
Thank you guys so much for all of the likes.
Cost of each item, and should I track each piece inventory is what I go back and forth with, and what takes the most time. Right now, I average my receipts to get cost of good.
We are, just real quick, I'm going to answer that question. Thank you guys. Have a good one. When it comes to tracking our cost of goods, it's kind of a two-part process. We have our receipts, but when we're putting in our drafts into eBay, or if they go into Poshmark, we're using that custom SKU line to put in our individual cost of goods. So when they get entered, as soon as something starts getting listed or a draft comes up, we're putting that cost in our SKU line, and that will pool with your reports. So if you're pulling those reports that I'm talking about and you have your cost of goods individually in each item's SKU line, that will come along into the report, and it will make things a lot easier for you.
Also, I just realized I said I'll see you Friday, but it is Friday, so I'll see you Monday.
You need coffee.
Yes. Thank you guys. We will see you on Monday. Have a good weekend. Make lots of money.
Bye. My hair